From Amateur Radio Newsline Report number 2321, this is Ham Nation Headlines for Wednesday, April 27th, 2022. First up, a story of ham radio and high adventure on the open seas. Japan's most well-known yachtsman, an octogenarian adventurer, is hoping to become the oldest person to cross the Pacific alone, with a radio, of course.
In 1962, Kenichi Hori became the first man to cross the Pacific Ocean alone, non-stop. He was 23 when he ended his journey from Japan 94 days later, docking his yacht in the U.S. city of San Francisco. Now, at the age of 83, the seasoned sailor is on his way and ahead of schedule to becoming the oldest person to cross that ocean again. 60 years later, he is making the trip in reverse. He left San Francisco on March 26 on a yacht measuring 19 feet or 5.8 meters, stocked with food, water, a satellite phone, and his preferred method of communication, an amateur radio. Although no call sign was listed for him on QRZ.com, Southgate Amateur Radio News reported it as JR3JJE. According to a report in the Asahi Shimbun, the prospect of a contact with him had amateurs back home in Japan adding extra-large antennas in the hope of scoring some big DX. According to news reports, propagation has been something of a challenge for most. There's still time for a QSO, however. Kenichi was spotted near Hawaii on April 17th, and he doesn't expect to arrive home until early June. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Jim Meechan, ZL2VHF.
You'll find the link to the map in the print edition of this week's Newsline report. In Ohio next month, there'll be more to Hamvention weekend than just Hamvention. The nearby VOA Museum is a must-see.
It's become a Hamvention tradition. Expanded hours for visitors at the National Voice of America Museum of Broadcasting during Hamvention weekend next month. The museum and the Westchester Amateur Radio Association are looking forward to hosting convention goers and providing a look at the exhibits, which include the Robert Drake collection of radios and the recently restored transmitter that provided the first VOA broadcast into occupied Europe on February 1st, 1942. Meanwhile, if you're hoping to get in some QSOs while you're spending the weekend in Ohio, licensed amateurs will be able to operate from the club's WC8 VOA station on the premises. The expanded hours are Thursday, May 19th, Friday, May 20th, and Saturday, May 21st from 1 to 9 p.m., and Sunday, May 22nd from 1 to 5 p.m. Admission is $10 at the door. The museum is a short drive from the fairgrounds in Xenia. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Neil Rapp, WB9 VPG.
And another amateur radio reunion among friends is taking place in Germany in just a few weeks.
After a difficult period of cancellations of in-person gatherings around the world, Europe's #1 amateur radio event, Ham Radio Friedrichshafen, is calling itself a reunion with friends, a theme shared by another of the world's major ham radio exhibitions, Hamvention in Xenia, Ohio in the US. The event website says that Germany looks forward to playing host to the world at the 45th International Amateur Radio Exhibition at the Neue Messe in Friedrichshafen from June 24th to 26th. It is important to note that tickets are only available online, so those attending must have tickets in hand when they arrive at the venue. Tickets can either be printed or displayed at the event from a mobile device. For full details, including the currently in effect COVID-19 health protocols, visit the website, whose address appears in this week's text version of our newscast at arnewsline.org. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Ed Durant, DD5LP.
A reminder, the nominating period for the 2022 Bill Pasternak WA6 ITF Amateur Radio Newsline Young Ham of the Year Award is now open. The nominating form can be found on our website, arnewsline.org. Hover your mouse over Awards and you'll see it in the top of the drop-down menu. We invite you to join us in Alabama at the Huntsville Hamfest on Saturday, August 20th, as we present the award live on the main stage. To learn more about the Huntsville Hamfest, please visit hamfest.org. And that's all from the Amateur Radio Newsline, your independent source for amateur radio news for 4 decades and counting at arnewsline.org. With Jim Meechan, ZL2BHF, Neil Rapp, WB9VPG, Ed Durant, DD5LP, Karen Eve Murray, KD2GUT at the news desk in New York, and our news team across the globe. I'm Don Wilbanks, AE5DW 73. We'll see you next time here on Ham Nation.